Hi everyone, and welcome to day 3 of prenatal pelvic floor lengthening. Today we will be focusing on lengthening through our hips and our glutes, or our bum muscles. For today, you will need a mat, a chair, a ball, and a pillow if you want to stay nice and cozy. Let's get started. So we're going to start by trying to stretch out our deep internal and external rotators of our hips. So they help us move our hips in this way. We are going to stay on the floor and we're going to get into a position called a 90-90. So what that means is I want your front leg to be in a 90-degree angle and your back leg to be in a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to pivot our body forward and we're going to kind of sit into the, in this case, left side of our body. So we're really opening up through the inside of this hip and the inside of this hip. It's a nice little stretch. Good work. Let's do a few breaths here. When you breathe in, open up that pelvic floor. Keep through that lengthening. Good job. Let's do 3 more breaths here. And last one. Good. Now we're going to pivot and swivel our body into the opposite motion. So we're going to take this foot, bring it behind us, and the other one comes in front. So we're in the same 90-90, just opposite direction. So again, you're going to feel a pretty big release through the back here of this hip and a little bit through the front. Depends on where you're tight and what direction your hips don't like moving in. Let's do a few breaths here. Good. All right. We're going to come out of that bad boy. Now we're going to start with a move called a scorpion pose. So we are going to get onto hands and knees. You are going to have your hands stacked under your shoulders, and then we're going to get up with our feet onto the mat. And then you're going to take your left foot and you're going to bring it up towards the sky, and then you're going to rotate your entire body to the side. So you're really opening up through the front and inside of that hip. And you're going to feel a nice stretch through your side body as well. Breathe into this a few breaths here. And then you're going to really slowly unwind, bring that foot back down towards the floor. And let's do that same thing on the other side. So come up straight, and then you're going to turn your whole body as far as you can. You're going to feel a really nice opening through the front and through the inner thigh there. 2 more breaths here. And unwind and relax. So from here, we're going to come right into a pigeon pose. So we're going to take our left leg and we're going to bring the outside of our shin down towards the ground. And then our right foot's going to straighten out behind us. And then we're going to hinge into this position, bringing our body down, trying to open up through the outside of this hip. You're going to feel a really big stretch here. A really mean stretch, but a really good one. And don't worry if this is not possible for you to do because of the size of your belly right now. I'm going to show you a variation of this pigeon that you can do on a chair. So just sit tight if this feels inaccessible to you right now. We're going to do a few more breaths here. Feels so good. It hurts so good. Take a few breaths. Good job, everyone. So now we're going to come back up onto our hands. We're going to unwind that whole position. So come back up into that downward facing dog. Let's take our right leg. We're going to do the same thing. Shin comes forward. Leg comes back. And we're going to fall into that position again. Thinking about opening up through the outside of that glute. Maybe you feel one side is tighter than the other. I feel my right side is tighter than my left side. So this is extra spicy on this right side for me. Okay. 1 more breath here. And then let's slowly unwind out of there. Hands come up onto the mat. Shin comes back. Maybe we do a little stretch here. Shimmy yourself out. And we're going to do the exact same stretch again, but this time it's going to be more accessible if you have a larger belly or if you just can't get to the ground in a comfortable way. So we're going to take our pillows and we're going to put it on our chair just to give us a little bit of extra height here. It's hard to get so low to the ground in this position. It's a really big stretch for your internal and external rotators. So this is going to be a little bit nicer to everybody. And you're going to start by holding onto the chair, and then you're going to bring the outside of your leg down onto the chair again, just like you would on the ground. And then you're going to take a little hop away. And then you're going to kind of hinge forward through here. And this is the exact same stretch. You're doing a pigeon pose as well, but this way it's a little bit easier on your belly and you're still opening up through those deep glutes, those deep rotator muscles. So let's take 1 or 2 breaths here. Good. 1 more. Nice. And then be careful coming back up. Hold on to that chair for some balance. Bring that leg down. And let's get right into the other side too. So we're going to drape the outside of that shin down onto the chair. Hop away for a little bit of an extra stretch. Keep yourself balanced. You're going to really hinge through there. Open up the outside of that glute. Good work, everybody. Still feels like a really big release, even using the chair. So if you can't get on the mat, you're not missing much. Good. And we're going to come out from there. So pillow can stay on the edge of the mat. We're going to use that one more time, but we can take the chair and put it away. We're going to take our ball now, and we're going to do some release through some of our other deep glutes in a laying position with our back on the floor. So we're going to take our leg and we're going to drape the outside of our shin onto our knee. We're going to take the ball, and we're going to throw it underneath our glute, releasing through there, opening up before we do a big old stretch of that piriformis muscle. It's a little mean, but it's a hurts so good mean. Good work. You can kind of rotate through, move around, open up that glute a little. Good job, everyone. Now let's flip, and we're going to put it under the other glute. So outside of the leg comes onto the knee again. Bring that ball down through. Sit on into it. Embrace the discomfort for a sec because it's going to feel really good after you're done. Take a few deep pelvic floor breaths here, thinking about opening on that breath in. Really good. Now let's take that out, and we're going to just put it to the side. We don't need the ball anymore. But now we're going to stretch through that piriformis that we just released. So it's really nice to release the muscle first. It'll give you a tiny bit more mobility. The longer you lay on that ball, the more that muscle will relax, the deeper you'll probably be able to get into this next stretch. So you're going to keep your leg just how you have it with the outside of the shin draped along the knee. You're going to take your hands and you're going to thread them through the leg, and then you're going to pull your leg towards you, but at the same time, you're going to push your knee away. So we're swiveling through the hip and pulling up. And that's why it's called a figure 4, because we're kind of in a 4 position. And you're going to think about breathing into that outside of the glute. Again, it's going to feel like a really big stretch, the outside of that bum muscle. Good work, everyone. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Before we unwind that leg, we're going to put our feet down, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring that outside of that shin down onto the knee. You're going to thread your legs, or thread your arms rather, through your leg. You're going to push with your elbow and pull up with your hip here, and opening up through the outside of that hip on the right this time. Good job, everybody. Ooh. Feels good. If this isn't a position you can get into very comfortably, let's say your arms can't kind of reach around the leg, you can always take a towel, wrap it around the leg, and then pull the towel closer towards you. If this range of motion isn't accessible, that's another way to really get a nice stretch through this bad boy here. Okay, then we're gonna relax down. The next muscle and the last muscle we're going to stretch, we're going to do 2 specific stretches for, is called our obturator internus muscle. And this muscle is a muscle that's deep in our pelvic floor that's quite challenging to release manually. We can't really get to it with a ball. Nobody can kind of drop an elbow in our glute and get to this one. So it's a nice one to kind of stretch deliberately with some mobility that's really targeted towards this muscle. So the first thing that we're going to do is some lengthening, and then we'll do a stretch. So you're going to bring your leg up towards you, and you're going to bring your knee closer towards the inside of your body, but you're going to keep your foot pointed away from your body. So as you can see, I'm kind of tilting through my hip like this. That's the motion we're trying to achieve. So you're going to come up, in with the knee, out with the foot, curling, tapping, and then coming back up through that motion. So we're almost doing a C this way. It's a little bit of a funny move, but we're going to practice it together just so you get the motor pattern down, and then we'll do a few reps. So knee comes in, foot comes out, keeping it like that, tapping the foot and coming back up. Good. Let's do one more. Knee in, foot out, curl into that C, and come back up. Alrighty. So now that we've kind of learned the motor pattern, we're going to do 5 on each side. So we're going to come in, really arc through that hip, come back up. Good. Good job, everyone. You should kind of feel this on like it feels really deep. It feels almost like you're stretching a joint, but you're not. You're stretching the muscle. It's just deep to a lot of structures. Good. We're going to do one more here, and then we're going to do the other side. And knee comes in, foot comes out, and tap, and come back up. Good. So now we're going to do the other side. I'm going to drop this leg just so you can kind of see a bit better. So you're going to come in, tap, and up. Good job, everyone. So knee comes in, foot comes out, and drop. Good. Okay, 3 more on this side. We're almost done. Good. Nice work, everyone. Last one. In with that knee, out with that foot, and down, and come back up. Good job. Last stretch for this muscle. We're going to come up with our leg. We're going to swivel our knee away, foot towards, and we're going to grab onto our leg, and we're going to pull towards us. So our shin is being pulled this way. We're rotating it towards us, just like this. Good work, everyone. And you can come out of it, come back in. Nice job. Let's do one more nice big pull. Hold for 10. Feels so good. And let's release. I'm going to drop this leg down just so you can see the other side a little better. This foot comes up, foot comes towards me, knee comes away. I'm going to hold right through the bottom of my shin here. I'm going to push this way, opening up through the front of that hip a little. Again, it's going to feel kind of jointy. It's going to feel like it's deep in that hip. Good. Oscillate through there a little. You might feel like it's opening up on you. And then let's hold. 10, 9, good. Keep breathing throughout this as well. With the breath in, you're relaxing and opening up that pelvic floor. Good, and then we're gonna release. Good job, everybody. That brings us to the end of day 3, and we will see you on day 4.